It weighs over 9,000 pounds, can crab walk sideways, hits 60 in just over 3 seconds. And now it comes in orange, as if it wasn't loud enough already. But here's the twist. The boldest SUV on the market might just be smarter, leaner, and greener than you think. Stick around, because the biggest surprise about the 2025 GMC Hummer EV SUV isn't what it does off-road. It's what it says about the future of American luxury. Welcome back to the channel where machines meet meaning, and every vehicle we cover gets put to the lens of design, engineering, and driving soul. Today, we're staring down the 2025 Hummer EV SUV in its new signature solar flare orange, a color as subtle as a rocket launch and just as unapologetic. This isn't just a paint job, it's a statement, and so is the entire vehicle. Let's start where it counts. The specs. The 2025 model maintains the Ultium-based platform that GM's been refining across its EV lineup. In Edition 1 trim, you're looking at up to 830 horsepower, over 11,500 lb-ft of torque at the wheels. Yes, you heard that right, and 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds in a vehicle the size of a studio apartment. That's not just performance, it's control chaos. Range? Around 300 miles with a 20-module battery pack, depending on wheel size and tire configuration. But thanks to the 800-volt DC fast charging architecture, you can add 100 miles in about 12 minutes under ideal conditions, if you can find a charger powerful enough to handle this beast. And yes, GM's working on that too. The big story in 2025 is refinement. The Hummer SUV gets several software updates to its drive mode control system, making terrain mode smoother, especially when crawling over technical off-road sections. There's better modulation in the throttle, improved low-speed traction management, and updates to the four-wheel steering calibration. Translation? CrabWalk is now more intuitive, and the turning radius is absurdly tight for a full-size SUV. Then there's extract mode, the adaptive air suspension that can raise a Hummer nearly 6 inches to clear boulders, roots, or whatever's standing between you and uncharted wilderness. And if you're not hitting trails, you still get a commanding, smooth ride that feels surprisingly composed on pavement, aided by the adaptive dampers and a low center of gravity thanks to that floor-mounted battery pack. Inside, the cabin blends tactical design with futuristic flash. The Orange Edition gets unique accents, copper tone highlights, contrast stitching, and solar flare inserts on the seats. The 13.4-inch center display is sharp, fast, and paired with a 12.3-inch digital driver cluster that feels pulled straight from a fighter jet. Everything from torque vectoring graphics to pitch and roll indicators reminds you this isn't just a daily driver, it's a mission vehicle. Storage? With the rear seats folded flat, the Hummer SUV offers over 80 cubic feet of cargo space, and with the rear-mounted spare, you still get a power-opening swing gate that feels more mechanical than digital, more G-Wagon than Model X. And the removable sky panels up top? Still here. Still awesome. With a few hand twists, you're open air in seconds. But let's address the elephant, or rather, the electric mammoth, in the room. This is your minimalist Scandinavian EV. The Hummer EV SUV is a modern paradox. It's electric, yet enormous. Sustainable, yet aggressive. And in solar flare orange, impossible to ignore. And that's by design. GM didn't build this to blend in. They built it to challenge everything you think you know about what an EV can be. This is a luxury vehicle that doesn't apologize for being brash. It speaks to buyers who don't want to whisper about their choices. And underneath all that flash, there's real engineering muscle here. It's a rolling showcase of GM's Ultium platform at its most extreme. And that matters, not just for truck buyers, but for the future of electrification in America. So, is the 2025 Hummer EV SUV the perfect EV? Of course not. It's big. It's expensive. It makes no attempt to hide its weight or footprint. But it's also iconic, deliberate, and thrilling in a way few SUVs, electric or otherwise, can match. It's a super truck with a conscience, and if you think that's a contradiction, you haven't driven it yet. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world's boldest electric SUV, drop a like, subscribe for more passionate, unfiltered takes on vehicles that defy categories, and share this with someone who still thinks EVs have to be boring. And tell us in the comments, Is the orange Hummer EV SUV outrageous, or just what the electric world needed? Until next time, drive what moves you, and never underestimate a machine with something to prove.